Test. Uh-oh. Is that not working? Oh, there it goes. There I am. Good afternoon, 12:32 on Saturday. About, what, 2.5 hours, according to the clock, before we go into November 6th, 3 o'clock. And it says live in 2 hours, but if you look down here at the clock, it's 2.5 hours. I like looking at the comments that are going there. Hello, Tony. Hello, Ada. How are you? Good to see you. I'm just the warm-up band here for Doug today. I'm doing a test right now. How does the audio sound, by the way, in the stream? I'll catch a drink real quick. Good. I kind of discovered this by accident last night. Got these cheap headphones right here, and I've got a 25-foot cord. So I don't even know where I got it. So I plugged it into the thing. It works just fine, and I'm testing it out. I didn't know how it would affect the audio on the microphone or not, or if it would. So earlier today I was playing around in Blender, and I put the link to the description. I put the link to Blender in the description, as well as DaVinci Resolve and OBS. Maybe I should test out a couple more, put them in there as well. A while back, someone asked me if I could add sprinkles to my donuts. So I was attempting to do that this morning. And the basic gist of it is you go in here and you add a mesh, and you add a, shoot, I gotta think of what it was. I think it was an icosphere. And again, I'm trying to do this from memory, so yeah, I think it was the icosphere. Now that didn't look like much of an icing particle just yet. If we go in here, you can change the size, and I'm going to work with this size right here because it'll be easy for me to work with. So hopefully, I was afraid that would go away. I have no clue how to bring that back up. So what I want to do is I want to go up here. If I select this and then I rotate it, the whole thing's selected, which is fine. I don't want that. I want to move it, so I highlight it, hit grab, and then I can move it where I want. Simple stuff. Listen to me, talking like a pro. So I want to edit it. I should be able to grab this and move it as well. Oh, I can now. It works. Wonderful. Hit escape or right click. I'm going to go up here and change my mode to edit, and then you'll notice it goes from the solid hexagonal shape when you go into edit. By the way, you can hit tab and it does the same thing, and I can move this around and it's all good to go. So what I want to do now in the edit mode is I want to select exactly 1/2 of this, and you'll see I got it selected, but I do not have the back half selected because I'm not in what they call X-ray mode. Oh, by the way, Tony and Ada, thank you for joining me on this prelude to Doug. I just wanted to kill some time. I have a choice: go outside and work when I'm not quite recovered from moving the bricks, or do this. I chose to do this. How's the video looking? And I asked because I've got only one window to my right open, the little light above me open, and I've got the 2 windows in front of me blacked out with a a blanket. It's allowing just very little light to come through. So while we're discussing that, so right up here, I'm going to click toggle X-ray. Then I'm going to go get about half of this again, and then I'm going to rotate it, and now you can see it got all of it, the whole spear. So now I can do whatever I want to do with this. The first thing I want to do is that clearly doesn't look like a sprinkle on a donut, and the guy I've been watching is actually cracking me up. SPRIKLES. He keeps going to this page right here and referencing everything to that, which I guess is kind of smart, because that way you get an idea of what sprinkles look like, rather than trying to guess. So back to what turned out to be extremely frustrating. Thank you, Tony. Good to hear. I was concerned about that. So I can change this a couple different ways. If I duplicate it, I'm just going to get this dumb ball right here. So Shift D, and then I'm just going to, well, actually I get whatever it was I was on, which is this. So I don't want that. So I'm going to right click, and that puts that back, and it's all good. I don't want to duplicate it, so I'm going to get rid of that. But I didn't want that, so I want to see if I can. So I want to select it. I want to hit E for extrusion, and then you can see I can move it however I want, up or down. And if I don't know why it's on the Z-axis, which is what I want. If I hit the Z-axis, then it changes it over to the X-axis, and if I hit the Y-axis, then it takes it this way. And I'm still learning all this stuff. I'm pretty close to just like giving up, but I'm not going to give up, because I don't ever give up on anything. So this is how we make our sprinkle. We take this ball object and we extrude it. To whatever size we want. Now I've got to make the top flat or rounded, even though it's not. It looks rounded now. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's get rid of that. Let's start all over again here. Go back to Z. Enter. Okay, so now I got it like that. Now I want to have it like this, because there's a process to, was it Z? Nope, that's not it. You can just see the smoke coming out the headphones. While I'm at it, I'm going to go grab the lower half, and then if I rotate it, I have it because I'm still in the X-ray mode. I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to extrude it along the Z-axis, which is right here. And then we have our, well, sort of, kind of, we have our, shouldn't have this ball in here. I'm going to see if I can't grab the ball. Nope, escape. Let me go back to object mode, grab the ball. No, it's all one thing. That's cool. I can't change it. I can rotate it on that axis. Why can't I change it on? I can move it on that axis, and I can move it on that axis, and I can move it on this axis. But what I can't do, and what I want to do, is I want to rotate it, not that way. That's kind of what I wanted to do right there. That looks horrible. And if I go look at the ends, they're kind of flat. And that one's kind of not flat. So, as the saying goes, back to the drawing board. I do have, I don't want to save it, I do have something I was playing around with. There's the donuts right here. I was messing around with that, and I got my icing on this one, and then for some reason the middle got covered up, and I don't know how. But I did manage to get 2 donuts, and then I gotta remember one of these shows you the paint that you've put on there. There we go, texture. And if I select this one, I think I can change missing textures detected. So go over here and find which one this is. Okay, well, now I know why the middle is covered. If I get rid of that, oops, that's what I want. If I get rid of, oops, so it's the icing is what's covering it up, obviously. And if I go up here, there we go. Now if I rotate these, then I got my donut back. Cheerios, now we have Cheerios. Look at that, I created something else. Just with a couple, you know what though, this does give me an idea. If I could figure out how to, boy, Shift D, that didn't work. Okay, so go tab, puts me in edit, Shift D for duplicate, that didn't work. Let's go to Shift, let's go to object mode, go to Shift D. Now I can duplicate it, but I got a feeling if I duplicate this right now, it's gonna move all in one. I should be able to grab this. Oh, I can, good. And I should be able to grab that, delete it. I should be able to grab this. Does anybody see where I'm going with this? Anybody? I wonder if I can duplicate that and flip it. Put that over there. Shift D. Now that's interesting. When I duplicate this, so this has got an egg-like shape to it, but when I duplicate it, it doesn't look to be, it looks flipped. I want to try to get this angle on this. I guess it is, I don't know. I can't really tell. So I'm going to grab this one back here, bring it back up to here, and that's cool for now. So now we're going to do a Shift A, and we're going to add a mesh, and we're going to add a circle. Hit G for grab. Oops, it went away. Where'd it go? Did it truly go away? Yeah, it truly went away. Oh, there it is. So my size, I don't see any size in there. Excuse me. There's my move. Proportional size. Let's bump that up to 0.0, or let's go to 0.5. Let's see what that does. Didn't really help me out any. It's up here. Well, maybe it was up there. I don't know. You can see where this can get like extremely confusing. Well, somehow I'm in duplicate mode. I'm duplicating this even though I wanted to grab it. And that's not what I want. So I'm going to put that there and then I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to go back over here to my edit mode. Maybe not. Why can't I change modes? Well, I just love doing this live. So much fun. There we go. What happens if I go right here? Okay, I can add, and I want to add a circle. And there it is. But I want it to be a little bigger than that. Maybe if I change the vertices, let's go to 50. And let's make the radius super huge at 2 meters. And I haven't changed it. There's somewhere, setting over here somewhere where you can change it to English or whatever you want it to be. Excuse me again. So is there a size in here? See the surface. Change the color to, let's just go to something that'll stand out. Red's cool. It's not standing out. Clearly that wasn't it. Doggone it. It's back. I'm determined. It might take all of 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do this. What am I not doing right? Okay, so that's the move, that's the move. It's there, but it's not being shown. Why is it not being shown? I got 2 circles. That's circle 1, circle 2. Can I delete one of these circles? I can delete. That gets rid of 1. And then I can go back over here. There's the other circle. I can delete circle 2. So now I have no circles. Let me go into can't change my mode for some reason. That's interesting. It's fun just to get in here and see what this does. So I'll come back to this. I'm actually going to save this. I actually have something in mind for this. I just screwed up my donuts, so I know that. So last night I was playing around and I came up with this nonsense. And I just took the basic block and duplicated it, and then I figured out how to freehand, how to play in there, and then you can change this around. What I found to be interesting here is I didn't see the three-dimensional part of this until I actually started spinning it around. And it's pretty cool. And I stumbled upon doing this. See, they're linked, and I don't know how to unlink them. Actually, I think I do know how to unlink them. If you go in here and you hit Shift D, then you get a duplicate of all that. But if you hit E, well, I thought it was E, then you don't get a duplicate. There's a way to unlink them, and I can't think of what it is. I could do this, I guess. Now, what do we look like? I wish this program would have been around about 40 years ago. I used to do a lot of abstract drawing, and this would have been so much easier. Now, I can't get rid of that for some reason. I should be able to get rid of that. Edit mode. See if I can't get rid of that. I cannot. What happens if I hit delete? Can I not move this? I cannot move it. Can I move this? I cannot. I'm in edit mode and I can't do what I want to do. I don't see this little handheld box that I drew. Although, you know what? There's annotate. Annotate. So I was thinking if you can annotate. I was thinking if you can create or annotate, you can uncreate or erase. And I was thinking that's what this was, but it's not. But I know, well, I thought I knew that Control Z would work. Got an undo. How far back I have to go, I don't know. Oh, look, I got something going on up there. Actually, this is kind of interesting because one of the guys I've been watching do that, he'll be doing something. He goes, oh, something just popped across my screen. He has no idea what it is. And he's way advanced, more advanced than I am. There's got to be a way to get rid of this. There's just got to be. You can measure something, you can add a cube, you can transform, you can rotate, you can move it, the cursor in here. Got to be there somewhere. Excuse me. Even though it's not really showing up on here, I just wonder if this... Yeah, that's what I thought. Because when I did it originally, I did it inside that box. So this is pinpointed down. I like that. I do want to change the colors in here. This is the first one I did, and last night I actually added the vertical beam in there. I plan on kind of trying to throw all this stuff together at some point in time. I don't know when that'll be. It's real frustrating. It's real difficult, but yet at the same time, I think once I get the hang of it and get the knack of it, I'll be throwing stuff together. Now I do know, I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to restart it here. I do know that, check out where we are with Doug here. So live in 2 hours. It's about 2 hours and 3 minutes actually. So this must not be accurate. Forgot my train of thought. Oh, I know what it was. I'll have all day tomorrow to do this. The wife works 6 to 6. So it always starts out with this object, and then you can delete it, and then you can add an object right here. And I'm going to add a cylinder, and then click on it, hit the letter E. Well, I thought. If you hit the G, you can, it's called grab, you can move it. If you select it, I should be able to extrude it. So I'm going to go Shift D, duplicate. I don't want to duplicate it. I mean, I do want to duplicate it. So I want to hit E for extrude. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we'll go back. Hit escape. So you take your object, you Shift D to duplicate it. It's duplicated, but I don't want, because I'm pretty sure if I hit this and then I'm pretty sure if I hit G for grab, oh wow, it's still duplicated. Huh, that's cool. I'm trying to figure out how I got the donuts to all move at one time. I guess I did that, so I'm gonna have to remember what I did. I see so much potential with this, and what I really want to do is this. So I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna add I'm gonna go with icosphere, I think. Actually, let's see what this one is. Oh, that's close enough. So I need it to be bigger. So I want my size to be, is it segments that makes the size? Let's just go to 48. And let's go to rings. Let's go to 24. And I didn't change the size. So how do I change the size? Because I need this to be much bigger. So let's turn this back to, there's my train clock. Of course, anyone that doesn't know knows I have a clock on the wall that's got a picture of a train, and it goes through these sounds, and it's annoying. That's where this little long 50-foot thing or 25-foot or whatever it is comes in handy. Now I got that in the other room, so that will not bother me the rest of the day. Back to what I want to make this just a little bit bigger, and you'll understand why here in just a second. So we changed it back to 1632. So the radius, maybe let's make it 2 meters. There we go. It's in the radius. And I'm going to go ahead and make it 3 meters. Okay, so now I'm going to select it. If I right click it, I don't get what I want. I want to be able to manipulate this shape. So I'm going to go into edit. Now I'm going to grab a point, and just for simplicity purposes, I'm going to grab this point right here, and then I'm going to try to remember how to move it, because that's, if you'll notice. Hey, real quick, how are you guys able to see that I've pinpointed that one, or do I need to zoom this in and make it bigger? Hey, Robert. Rest and relaxation, or what's R&R stand for? Good to see you. All right. Would it be better though if it was like that? That's a little, I mean, that's good for me actually. It's a little big. So I'm going to grab that dot. I got to remember now what's the next thing I want to do. I think if I hit E for extrusion, nope, that's not it. That's extrude region and move. Too big. IDA says it's too big. So let's go back down to about right there. Railroad crossing. Yeah. It's got a, I could show you it's just real gimmicky. I think it was 50 cents or $1 at the Restore store. I wanted a wall clock in here. Obviously we bought two and I picked the wrong one. It's all good. I want to remember how to because you can grab these. If you want to grab, I'm going to just work on, well, you know what, I'm going to grab that whole square. I thought I was going to grab that whole square. Okay, now I got the whole square. Might show highlighted, I'm going to watch. Yeah, it kind of does. So how do I extrude this? Doggone it. Because to make faces, believe it or not, you start with a circle. And then you go in there and you move them around. Go back. Control Z, Control Z. Doggone it. Is it in the edit mode or object mode? Sculpt mode. Let's go to sculpt mode. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Not what I wanted, but get out of sculpt mode. Object mode. Edit mode. So naturally, last night when I was goofing around with this, I was able to grab these points there we go. So you can see, now let me rotate that like this. I'm going to grab this. And then I'll rotate it around, and it's that whole square box that I grabbed. Now to make a face, you have to round that out. And believe me, I am nowhere near that point in time. I'm pretty sure you can Control Z stuff back. You can move stuff up. You guys are fortunate. The guy that I've been watching, he does this at about 700 miles an hour. And he's quite good, but you can't keep, and he admits, he goes, I know I'm too fast, but he says, I don't know any different. turn it upside down. Now what I'd like to figure out how to do one of these days is just take this whole thing right here I guess it starts right there. I'd like to take that whole thing, which is not right because now I have this vertex over here, copy it, put it over here, flip it so that this is going out. It does show going back into itself. That's pretty cool. You can see the right there by the yellow or white, green, red, and blue, and then it shows it extended out there. That's pretty neat. And there's something about, so I'm going to work on this vertex right here. Obviously this is just going to be a throwaway test of things. Maybe not in edit mode. Let's go back to object mode. No. I wanted to figure out how to round it instead of triangulating it, or what I call triangulating it. So I'm going to go back to edit mode. I want to pick up this. So that's one. That's just picking one, I think. You can actually pick more than one. Gonna draw me a little UFO here if I'm not careful. Looks pretty cool. Can't tell it from that angle, but that's actually overhanging right there. Can right there too. So you can go up here at this little red thing and you can move it along specific axis. Just hit like this is along the x-axis. Hit the y. Where's the y? This is along the y-axis, or you can use your mouse button and do whatever you want. Doesn't make any difference. I don't really know what I'm doing. Man, I wish I could figure out how you rounded that. Maybe you used a different. Maybe you used a different. Starting point. I don't know. go. Let's get rid of that. I want that to stay there, actually. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put it back over there. I'm going to add, I'm going to go to mesh. I'm going to add a torus. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. And I'm going to make the radius again 2 meters. And I'm going to grab it. Now I watched a guy take this shape right here and turn it into a pond. It was really pretty cool how he did it. And that's what I'm going to have to do next. I'm going to have to sit down and literally start on the computer that I'm monitoring the stream for chat and do it step by step, and not be happy with, okay, so I got the basics down, or I got it kind of like what it's supposed to be. I don't know. Now I should be able to seriously grab this. So if I were to be able to figure out how to change this color, and boy is that asking for a lot. I believe it's right here. You go into add, and I want to change the color, and I'm going to make it, I don't know, green. Now I've got to remember one of these modes is what? Not edit mode, not sculpt mode, not vertex mode, not weight. No, oh, there we go. I guess that'll work. So I don't think I changed it that color. At least I didn't think I did. So I'm going to hit G. Oh, cool. I don't know what I did. I guess I'm in a paint mode. So can I change this? Can I paint this as well? No. I seriously have no clue how I did that. Looks cool. That does say weight paint. Oh, okay. Let's go texture paint. Oh, there we go. Now that's kind of close to the picture I wanted. But I want it to stay like that, because now what I want to do is I want to move it. And if I go object mode, G, and I put this over here, and I place it right there, and then I go back to paint, texture paint. Oops, why did it not? Wait. Uh-oh. Believe it or not, it should be sitting on top. Well, I could screw that up pretty good. Oh, it's underneath. I didn't think that was underneath. I thought that was on top. Didn't I look like I put that on top? This is interesting. I can tell you this much. The learning curve for this is going to be much stronger and much more intense than DaVinci Resolve was. I thought DaVinci Resolve was a struggle. DaVinci Resolve was a piece of cake compared to what this is going to be like. That, when I change the subsurface color, it's affecting this one. but it's not affecting anything. Oh, I get it. I get it. Now, how do I change over to this one? I want to work with this one. I don't want to work with the spear. I want to work with my Taurus right here. Oh, believe me, it's way over my pay grade. I really have some specific things I want to do, and I really think in time, this should just be the 2 donuts because I screwed that. Yeah, see, I knew that was going to happen, and that's fine, because none of this is applicable yet anyway, other than the 2 I've posted. What I was wanting to do in here is, can I Control Z that back? No, you cannot. Doggone it. So what I wanted to do a while ago in here is I wanted to take and I wanted to go add, okay, here, I'll try this. This looks to be very simple. I'm going to go add, and I'm going to go text, and then let's make, the text thing should have popped up over here. I don't see it. So I'm not going to add text. So you notice the difference. If I click up here, add, I get all these options, or if I come down here and click and hit Shift A, I get add. It's the same thing. I don't see text. Oh, there, text. Add text to an object. Add text. Add a text object to the scene. That's what I want to do. See what that does. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I guess I want to use it on world. X location, Y location, that makes sense. Let's change the size. Seems to be the theme of the day. Let's go with 2 meters. See if that helps. No, that didn't help. Use nodes, background, color. Let's bring the opacity up. Let's go with this purple. I should be able to add text in here. I could last night. I was able to add text last night. And I don't exactly know where it was at. There's my materials. Okay, so now I got an object selected. Let's try it now. Add text. Text. New. Blue. Purple. That's cool. This is not a donut. I'll figure out where it's at. You can change the font right there. You can change the size. Reverse the order of the shown items. Okay, that's cool. I got text. I mean, I can see that I got text. This is not a font material. Preview. That's not really helping me out. Let's go into edit mode. Maybe I gotta do this in edit mode. I don't know. Turn it around. Bad thing about when I turn this around, I lose how I'm trying to work with it. Which is pretty close to right. There. So clearly it's not there. Let's see what this shows me. It shows me sphere, cube. Oh, that's pretty cool. What is that? asparagus, it's turned blue. Try a sign. No, I don't know. But yeah, Robert, it's way above my pay grade too. Hugely. But I gave myself a month, I believe it was, to learn DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to give myself 3 months. If 3 months from now I'm still struggling like this, Blender will say goodbye. And maybe I'll go check out somebody recommended another one to me, and I can't remember the name of it. But they said it's real simple. That if you can imagine, if I were to create another one down here, like right in here, and extrude it at an angle, and I got my eyes, and I've got a nose, and I can figure out how to move these all up in the world, and then I could put a mouth in there, and then ears and whatnot. It's just something to do. I'll tell you what, do I want to save that? No, not really, it's already messed up. So let's see here. We got 96 minutes. So that makes no sense. Well, that's an hour and a half. Yeah, that'd be about right. 1:23 now. What was I going to show you? Yeah, my brain don't work sometime. So this is a guy I've been watching, Blender Guru, and this is the one showing how to put the
Series is brought to you by Polygon.
I'm going to turn that off. So you can see it's way above me. Believe it or not, the thing I want to figure out is how does he get his, see how my camera's got the box around it? Got a box around me, his does not. I want to know how he did that. And he might be using a different type of streaming. There's several of them out there. I can I think I hit the right, yeah I did. Bring this one up. Let it get loaded in. I still got the sound muted out. Takes forever to load because I need a graphics card. And once I get that, it's my understanding. I could be wrong. I had a long conversation last night with someone that said, yeah, Doug is in California. He's in Fresno, California. Yes. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a water. I don't know why I was thinking, is that going through? Because it's picking up on that microphone. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk bad about me if you'd like. Sorry about that. I do drink a ton of water, which is good. Or so they tell me it's good. Being a diabetic, I guess you're supposed to drink a ton of water, so I do drink a ton of water. Doug is in Fresno, yes. So I've made some changes to this. I don't know how it's going to come across. Uh-oh. Oh, that's fine. So if I hit play, let's see what happens. I've got one of them turned off. What I've been doing is I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to bring this up here. Now, I'll just use it this way. I want to lower, there we go. So is that all of them? No, I still got to lower this down yet even more. Get it completely out of the picture. So right now, I've added one picture here, one picture here, and one picture here. And then in the, I think it's this one. Now watch, I like how this one swoops in. So if I start that again, and that picture comes swooping in, I like that. I really think that's cool. Right, if we're on the same time, Robert, right now I've got 127, and he's going live. He's going to start streaming at 3 o'clock his time, which is, or 1 o'clock his time, which is 3 o'clock our time, my time. I think you and I are on the same time right now. 11:27 in California, because Tony's in Seaside. But I've got little changes going on. I like how that picture, that little picture right here, comes swooping in. And then I've been working on that. Okay, so we are. Do you change your time tonight? Do you fall back an hour? So I'm going to scroll this. I like how this picture that's up in the upper left-hand corner comes swooping, what I call swooping down, and then locks into there, and the other ones continue to rotate. Now somewhere on this machine, I have this one kind of doing the same thing, and I haven't figured out what to do with this one. 2:28. So he's 3 hours behind me. You're in Puerto Rico. So if it's 2:28 where you're at, and it's 1:20, you're an hour ahead of us. It's 1:29 here. Right, Sunday night, at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to fall back. Well, actually, at 2 o'clock, it'll fall back to 1 o'clock, right? Because we're falling back. That's probably when my machine will switch to Windows 11. I'll probably wake up in the morning and have Windows 11. And then I will be upset. So somewhere on here, I think it's this one. No, that's not the same one. I mean, it's the same pictures, just different effects. Because what I'm thinking about doing is I want to fill in. There we go. There's a little bit coming in there. Oh, I don't have it. I just want to fill in some of these blank spots that I've got on this. And again, it's not going to go out. Manually turn the updates on and off in services. That's kind of above my pay grade. It's like who I was talking to last night was like, well, go into the registry and do this and this and this and copy this and do. I'm like, no, I just as soon get it and reset it back to Windows 10 as long as I don't lose any of my data, which is my biggest fear. So back to this. Let it catch up. So I could add a boatload of pictures right here because that's just spinning. Super easy. Easy for you to say. I don't know that I really want to add any in there because if I remember right, that effect there takes up the whole page. And see, it's playing, but it's not. And again, it's because it's trying. Yeah. Excuse me. So I could use. Yeah, I wish we didn't have clock changes. We've got. the microwave, the stove, the train clock has to be changed. The other clock's got to be changed. We've got a clock that's like 3 feet across, and we were kind of not thinking when we hung it. We actually hung it way. I have to get on a ladder to put it up on the wall. So twice a year we got to change that, and then the batteries went out, so we replaced, and then those batteries went out, so we replaced them. It was just a pain in the neck. So go to my search bar and type in services. Okay, we're going to be stepping on Doug's toes here. Services, app. Okay. Ew. This looks complicated already. Unless I type the wrong thing. I see update orchestra services, and it's running. Window updates. Oh yeah, window updates. I would have not thought about that. Okay. I got window update right here. So if I right click and hit stop, it won't update until I go in there and right click and hit start. And right now, I'm fortunate. It says this PC can run Windows 11. Great news, your PC meets the minimum requirements. One more step after that. Specific timing has not came out yet. I only have learned more about Windows 11 and check device specification, which I don't want to do. According to Doug, I'll get one that says you can disable it here. So I've been checking it quite a bit. Right click on properties and disable. So in here, I go right click, I go. So after I hit stop, okay, and then I right click it again, go properties. Ew, I don't see disable. Start type. Uh-oh, did I do something wrong? Click on the menu. Menu? I got general logon recovery dependencies. Windows update, manual. Where it says manual, yeah, right here. I got automatic, delayed start, automatic, manual, or disabled. So if I hit disabled, apply, and okay, good. That if that protects me from I got it. Cool, awesome. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna go back to here. Actually, let's jump back over to here for a minute. 84 minutes. I see Darren's there. Let me say something real quick. Doing a quick live now. Laughing out loud. Okay, so let's see if Darren joins us. So let me fill in over here. This would be, well, not really, because it's pretty much, I'll go back to here. Right, when I get the updates. Yep, that makes sense. So if I want to add anything into these spaces, I'm trying to figure out where I want to do it at. Usually what I do is I bring this up on the audio monitor, I play it, I stop and I go, oh, I want to add something in there. The easiest way to do it. So I'm going to go here because this looks like it's got the most room. I go into the media pool, and pretty much all these pictures are actually being used. So I'm going to right click, import media. I'm going to go find some media. I'll use that one. That one will work. So I don't think I have that one in there yet. Now I've added that. It always puts the box on there. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to bring it over here. And now it's taking up my whole picture. So what I want to do is change the zoom angle. And that looks to be about right there. And these are locked. So in this particular case, I'm going to unlock them. And I want my horizontal to be smaller. That looks okay. Now what I want to do is I want to move it from where it's at. Actually, I'm going to adjust it even more. So I'm going to go down to 2.4. Oh, I made it disappear. Now I'm going to bring the vertical down as well. Then I'm going to move this a little bit back to there. Move this one down. Yeah, I've been putting that off. We have a beautiful day here today. I got work that needs to be done, but I'm procrastinating doing it. We're 56 right now, and the sun is out. It's just, when I did the chickens this morning, it was just absolutely gorgeous. So maybe tomorrow I'll do something. I don't know. But anyway, thanks, Robert. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Appreciate your help. So now I've got this added in there, and if I wanted to do an effect on it, then I just turn off that, go to my effects, highlight the box. I know it's that one because I just added it in. I'm just going to grab a cheap effect. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to hit play. And there it is. I got a little bit of adjustments. 61 and sunny. Nice. As long as there's no breeze coming off the ocean, that would be just fantastic. They're predicting 64 or 65 here tomorrow. And I had, oh, doggone, I hit the wrong button. So Control Z, bring that back. I want to get rid of my effect. There we go. I want to put this effect in there. I think that might look even better. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. We'll bring our cursor back, or playhead back rather, and we'll hit play. Shows it's playing, and we're looking for this effect that's going to go right there, and it didn't change. That's weird. That's fine. I'm going to stop it. Now what I have learned too, oh man, that'll take a couple minutes. So I'm going to render this out real quick. It's going to be untitled, and it's going to go, and I got to remember that it's going to go to the end of the third one. I'm going to add it to my render. Replace existing, sure. And we're going to get rid of this one so we get no confusion. And I'm going to render it. Okay, now we kill time. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stop it. That was dumb. I only want... I don't want that one. Did I not go back? This is where a graphics card would come in handy. Right now, it's still trying to do the onboard graphics. There we go. So I only want man, that's frustrating. I just want one track running. I don't want them all running. I want to render out the one track to see the one change that I've made. That's all I want. I don't need anything else. And it's still stuck on render. There. Gee whiz. Okay, so I don't want this track. I don't want that 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 track. Or that track. Or that track. And I've already got the music disabled. I only want to see what the changes I made here. So I'm going to go back into render. I know it's all good to go. I'm going to add. I'm going to replace it. I'm going to kill the one I started before. I'm going to render it. And this will take about no time whatsoever because it's only got one thing to render. Actually, it's got three. You can see them above there. I wished I'd have learned this a long time ago because I would have saved myself a lot of killing time and waiting around. Now it says it's got 5 minutes left to render. I just can't believe that. Because it's only rendering. Oh, yeah, okay. It's rendering those 3 frames. So I guess it would be. But it's still going really quick. And while it's rendering out, we'll see what's going on in Doug. Nothing. 74 minutes. 74 minutes to go. I've got little things that need to be done. Everybody and their neighbor except me cut their grass the last 3 days. We got a major storm coming in next week. I'm going to wait until it gets through here and then cut my grass one more time after that. I just think it would be silly to go out there and cut the grass today and then have to do it again next week. So I'm going to go see what those changes were. It should be right here. And there it is. So it's kind of okay. Oh, I didn't want that effect, but I'm going to keep that effect. I mean, unless I can figure out how to change it. So that's cool. So much easier to do that. I mean, my goodness. I can make my changes. And by the same token, I can go in here to this one, go back to my edit page, bring this over here, and I can see 85, too hot. I'm not sure why that's not showing that one. That should be showing, it's working here, it shows that picture. Yeah, let me give it time to render. I was trying to see when they're going to predict our first snow. Our first snow could come in December of 2023, and I'd be happy. I didn't get my greenhouse built this year. I haven't gotten my garage retrofitted to grow plants in it yet either. I do have it retrofitted to have new chickens, because I see that's coming up. When the chickens go on sale for 25 to 50 cents a piece for baby chicks, I just know we're going to get more chickens. I did not get the chicken coop redone yet. So next spring I'm probably going to be really busy. I could probably get some of it done, but I'm going to pay dearly for it. I'm still suffering from when I moved those bricks the other day. And that's just really, in fact, I told my wife this morning, I said, this is really troubling me because I didn't do that much, I thought. Yeah, I moved a quantity, I moved quite a bit. But I didn't think that I worked that hard at all. So I don't understand why this is only showing this one right here. These, let me see, if I turn this on and turn that on. Okay, there they are. That's correct. But I'm still not seeing. There should be 3 of them on there. There should be 1, 2, and 3. And I see two. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it swoops in. They're both swooping in. And that jumped over there. That's weird. And then that one shows up. Okay, that makes sense because I got that turned off. Now that shows up. That's cool. Now I want to turn on this one here. And then turn on that one there. So I need to move this picture right here slightly to the left. So I'm going to start turning them back off. That's the one in the middle. Okay, that's the one I want. I want to move this one slightly to the left. So I'm going to turn everything else off. And I know that video 5, this picture right here, that's the one I want. And that's got a DVE on it. Oh yeah, because I was doing everything in DVE. So I got to go in here. Got to go into effects, video, and I want to move it slightly to the left. So I'm just going to grab. Oh, maybe I did DVE it. I think I did. But it didn't show the DVE in here. Alright. Control Z. That's in position 0, 0? No way. That's DVE, that's why. So go into effects, come down here, there we go. Now I can move the position over here. There we go. And I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to turn these things back on. It's the beginning. Thank you, Zeev. I appreciate that. I'm just warming the place up for Doug. You know, I'm the what was the band's called before the headliner came out? I know there's a specific terminology for it, but I can't remember what it was. That's all I'm doing. Speaking of Doug, we have 67 minutes. I'm going to bill him for this. Oh, we're working on Doug's sense of humor. So what I'm working on is the screensaver that I made. I'm just making little changes in here and showing everybody how I do it. And then I do a real quick rendering out of what I'm doing. And I want to check just this one right here, which was video 5, if we remember. So I'm going to turn that one off. 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 Yeah, video 5. That's what I want. I need to have, I don't need that one on. Let me turn them all on. That looks alright. Then I can go back and adjust this one here. So now I can render this out. I'm just going to do a quick render. I'm not even going to change any of the settings. It's going to go to my desktop and I'm going to call it timeline 4. And we're going to save it and it's going to start rendering. I gotta remember where that is at. This is a long way to do it. The other way I can monitor. Hey Darren, good afternoon, or in your case, good evening. Glad to see you. Hope work wasn't too awfully rough on you. If you go back and rewind this from the beginning, I played around in Blender in the beginning, and it's going to be a steep learning curve, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to give myself about 3 months to learn it. You know, DaVinci Resolve, I didn't learn it overnight by no means, even though it really does seem like I learned it overnight. I didn't. And I'm still learning in DaVinci Resolve. Why is this not rendering anything out? Right now it's rendering at 0 frames per second. Why? Why? Let's cancel that. Cancel it again. Cancel it again. Not canceling. Yeah, I know. How you can hear the tapping when I tap the... There we go, finally canceled. So I am going to do this a different way. I'm going to go to the render rocket down here, and everything stays the same. The reason I'm going to use the render rocket is I can now come up here, I can add this to my render crew. I'm going to replace the one I did. I'm going to render the one that's highlighted, and I can actually keep up with the rendering that's going on by watching this right here as well as this right here. And when it gets over to right there, then I can shut it off and see what those changes are. It's a little more time consuming, but it also is actually a little faster as well, because I can render the part I want to see, and I need to see all the pictures this time around, so that's why I'm rendering all 9 video tracks at the same time. So I wanted to kill some time before Doug, and again, as much as I want to work outside, I'm really getting around today with very little pain, so I don't want to ruin that. 1 more day, 2 more days is not going to bother me that much. In fact, it's probably going to be very helpful. And tomorrow's going to be a long day because I changed Mrs. Ken's schedule. Instead of going in at 10, she now goes in at 6, and anyone that knows me knows I'm not an early riser. Like this morning, I didn't go to bed till 3 something, and I was up at 5:30, and that wasn't setting well. And that was to take medications, and then I went back to bed, and I woke up at 9:30 to take her to work. Whereas tonight, I'm not staying up till 3:30 to wake up at 5:30 to take her to work at 6 o'clock. That's just not going to happen. Since it's still going to be dark because we lose it. Oh, wait a minute. If I stay up till 3, I'm really staying up till 2 because the clock's going to reset at 1. Does anyone else think like I think? Please say no. Please say no. What's your temperature like today, Darren? Or what was your temperature like today, since it's nighttime there now? So I'm going to go check a couple things out while this is rendering. It's probably going to be about another half a minute, 45 seconds or so. Tony Wallow says yes. That's funny. What was I going to check? Okay, I was going to go check something. Oh, my email. Oh, consumer attention exposed to Roundup. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm exposed to it. I use it to kill my weeds all the time. I mean, I'm not stupid enough to spray it on my body. And that's the wrong way of saying that. I know there's no one in this world that wakes up and goes, oh, I think I'm going to spray Roundup on my body today. I'm 99% sure that doesn't happen. When I was a practicing nurse, I worked for a TBI, which is traumatic brain injury facility, and I used to get so mad at people because the people were paid to help people. Hey Jim, good to see you. Just got back from lunch. Yeah, some of us nutballs will clearly be there. Uh-oh, I got the text here. Yes, nutballs. Good way of putting it. Pardon me for one moment. Although one of us nutballs may be all talked out, which I don't know that that's possible, but it's close. Anyway, at the TBI place that I worked when I was a practicing nurse, I used to get so mad. No one wakes up in the morning. We had one guy, his name was Kevin Owens. He got run over by a bus in London. Nobody was there, so nobody knows for sure what happened, but the story goes he stepped off on a curb and got hit by a double-decker bus. Ain't nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, oh, you know what? I'm going to walk out in front of a bus this morning. I used to get so frustrated. One of the reasons why I left. Kevin was a super nice guy. One of his physical therapy things to do was to play golf, and nobody wanted to take him. BH Ringer, Man, am I glad to see you. You are the whole point behind me doing this today. You'll have to go back from the beginning and see. I was trying to add sprinkles to the donuts. Believe it or not, when you watch, I was trying to add sprinkles to the donuts. That's going to be the goal of the month. Add sprinkles to the donuts. I know, Jim, can you imagine? So here's what I want to do one day. I want to get my sister on a live stream. And you guys think I talk? Ooh. You know how I sometimes hold up funny little signs in Doug's stream just to be funny? I'll be holding them up just to literally get her attention so I can say at least 1 or 2 words. So this is about done. I'm just rendering out the small changes that I made in here. I want to see if I'm going to like them, if I'm going to go back and change them again or not. While that's doing that, let's go see how much time do we have on Doug. We have 56 minutes to go until we get into Doug's stream. So I can leave that sitting there. I think I can jump. Yeah, there we go. How's your weather, Jim? Yeah, watch me kill my machine. Watch this. So now DaVinci Resolve is running, Blender is running, a live stream is running, OBS is running, Google Chrome has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs running. I'll very quickly count the, that's a boatload of tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. About 25 tabs are running on that browser. Killing it! I'm going to kill this machine. I say that with such pride. So I screwed the donuts up, and now I lost my icing. Although, you know what? I think it's right here. I believe if I click right there, and I click right there. So I was trying to do something. There's my icing. And somehow, in trying to do what I was trying to do, oh, that looks kind of cool. 48 and sunny. Oh, that's nothing, Jim. If I go to my other computer, right now there's 2, 4, 6, or 7 YouTube tabs running on Google. There are 18 tabs running on Brave browser. I don't want to go to Firefox. And those are 18 different television shows, 18 different movies. That's I found I can stream a lot of stuff on there, and that's what I'm using it for. It's no wonder my computers sometimes don't work. It really is. I mean, you know, Jesus, I could build a computer with 10,000 gigabyte of RAM, and I'd figure out a way to lock it up and slow it down. So anyway, somehow I got my icing separated from my donuts, and I got my donuts finally separated, and I don't know how to put them back, and I got my donuts, I got my icing not showing the donut hole. It's going to be a process to learn, and I'm going to give myself about 3 months to learn it, but I do kind of like how that is. If I can go in there and shade and color some of this, I can make something work with this. I really can. So let's go see where I'm at here. Oh, good. Look, I'm done. So now I can stop this. Now I can minimize that. Did I put that on here? Oh yeah. Which one? Where did I put this? Well, that looks good. I sure hope I left that effect in there. I think I put this over here. They got some work to do on that segment. That looks all right. Yeah, it moved the one over to the left. That's cool. So it's a little bit more time consuming. A little bit, not much, but it beats the heck out of going in here and rendering this whole project right here. Where am I at? I'm in render mode. I gotta go back to edit mode. If I render this whole thing out right now, I'm probably looking at a good 2 hours and no sprinkles. When I had icing on there, and I don't know what I done, but I separated. I actually had a blue donut with pink icing, and I had a yellow icing with green, or yellow donut with green icing. And for the life of me, I don't know what happened. But it is what it is. I will learn it. I really will. I really will learn it to a point of what I want to do. And it I know. Here you go, Jim. You better sit down for this one, buddy. I have a project in mind with Blender, and it involves my grandchildren. Oh no. Blackwatch, if you're watching, you better say something. I know you're tending to want to sit in the back and not say anything. So that's what I'm up to for the last 2 hours. I know, it is shocking beyond. It's either that or plants, and you know, if I go to plants and hello, I'm going to talk about my plants today. We're going to talk about the tulips, and then we're going to talk about the ever popular and famous gladiolus. Maybe later on we'll go to the roses. You know, that will be boring. And if I really want to have fun with it, Dr. Ken the Rose Doctor is here. Today we're not going to talk about roses. We're going to talk about dandelions. How many of your roses are overtaken by dandelions? There's my weak, feeble attempt at humor. Be sure to join me next week when I sing. No, don't be sure to join me next week when I sing. So where are we at? Let's wrap this up. Let's go see how much time. We got 49 minutes left until us nutballs are going to join Doug. And I plan on being there. I know probably Jim will be there and a couple other people. So I'm going to wrap this up. I started with Blender, ended up in DaVinci Resolve. Again, there's going to become a comment from someone that's going to say shocking. It is what it is. I really do enjoy playing around with DaVinci Resolve, and as much as I get frustrated in Blender, I'm going to enjoy trying to figure this out. I've got some things down, some things I don't have down, obviously. I don't remember. I can't even change the mode now. I should be able to go in here and change these nodes. I just figured out today how to turn stuff on and off, which is why the icing's there. There he is. I knew it. I knew it. That's funny. How are you, Blackwatch? Yep, we are all playing in traffic. And some of us are going to go play in Doug's Road here in a little bit. I'm at a loss for words. Actually, I'm not at a loss for words. I'm trying to figure out why I can't change the doggone mode here. How'd you know my parents gave me a flying monkey? Man, they told me they didn't tell anybody about that. Now the whole world's going to know. Well, good news is I didn't kill the machine by starting Blender and DaVinci Resolve at the same time. That's kind of good to know. I think once I get the graphics card, after standing on the street corner this winter in my tattered shorts and tattered t-shirt, my flip-flops and a hat with my cardboard sign that says I would like to buy a graphics card, I can see that that might actually work. So anyway, let's jump over to here, jump over to here. Thank you everyone for joining me. Jim, the H-Ringer, Blackwatch, Tony Wallow, Ida, Zeev. I will see all you guys in about an hour. I'm going to go grab a quick bite so my sugar don't bother me after a bit. In all seriousness, I appreciate everyone. I appreciate you putting up with the fact that I'm all over the map, all over everything. But I enjoy doing it. And like Carrie said the other day, do what you enjoy doing. Well, that sounded about wrong. Alright, bye for now. Thanks for watching.